Sexual violence has eaten deep into the Nigerian society and caused loss of lives and even damage to several homes. Just recently, United Nations revealed that Nigeria recorded over 3,600 cases of rape in the period of the lockdown due to the coronavirus pandemic, and there are several cases of rape brought to light by social media. While the ekohotblog is curious, what actually triggers rape and who should be held responsible for rape? We're on the streets of Lagos to hear people's view on this important issue. Do stay with us.
There are a whole lot of factors or things that actually trigger rapes. Few among these things are indecent dressing by the female young adults, exposing their sensitive parts. This actually attracts unscrupulous elements to them that may want to assault them sexually.
Well, there are a lot of factors. I think one of it is a lot of massive frustration out there. A lot of people are out there that are frustrated, and most importantly, I think one of the main factors responsible for that is upbringing. A lot of people have defects in their upbringing. A lot of people were not really brought up the right way to teach them about values, sexual values, and I think that's just one of the major things: frustration and a lot of defects in upbringing. I think those two things actually account for it, from my own opinion.
Honestly, is because of the decadence in our society that is causing this, and most especially our churches are not doing much. They are not telling people what they should know, because if you see the way our ladies, beautiful ladies in our land dressed, though it's not their fault, it's what they see in the society and what they see in the social media. So this is part of what is happening. This is part of what is triggering it in the country. So people should teach their young ones to dress moderately in the society. This will help. It will go a long way.
Well, rape situation is getting more prevalent in the country, and it is an evil act. And it's something that shouldn't be found in a sane society. And of course, it's something that everybody needs to rise to, lend their voice about stopping rape.
What causes rape in our community or in the nation Nigeria? Actually, if we come to think of the adult, from the adult is like we girls, like the way we dress, going outside and causes it, and most of it the men that cannot control themselves.
You see the way our girls, most of them, the way they dress, and most times when you see somebody that is skimpily dressed, and maybe possibly you're not able to hold yourself, and maybe you get raped. And most times our girls, the girls in this country, we try to imitate those in the West, which is not the right thing.
I see it as when our ladies, I think when we leave ourselves, and it depends where you find yourself at that time and what you are doing with the person, or the reason for meeting such a person before the act of the rape. For me, I think our ladies should be very careful where they go and who they do things with, because men, anything can just happen. And when they're in that spirit, they don't hear anything. Even when you are saying no, before you know it, what wants to happen has already happened. So for me, I would say our ladies should just be careful where they go and who they be with and the kind of person they go with.
I feel like there's no justification for rape, and it's just a man being irresponsible, totally irresponsible, not being able to keep his thing in between his pants, not being able to stay in control of your sexual desires. That's just it. Nothing. Well, sometimes people that are drunk, men that are drunk, find themselves doing such, and that's why they say drink responsibly. Also, but most times, in many cases, it's just you not being able to put your things in your pants. Okay, so what do you say about men that rape women in Jalamia? What do you say about men who break into women's apartment to harass them and rape them? What do you say about that? That's not even a question as far as I'm concerned.
Firstly, I just feel that it doesn't matter how a lady dresses or how she looks or whatever she feels to portray. A rapist is not written on his forehead. Because the fact is, I've heard so many stories about 2-year-old girls being raped, 5-year-old girls, and they don't have that body shape or anything attractive that would make them want to get raped. So I just feel that a rapist, it's on the men.
Well, the word rape is a word that is being looked into in different dimensions and being seen by different people in different perspectives. There could be a lot of things that could trigger or lead to the act of sexual harassment known as rape.
Well, it all depends though. Sometimes I would say it's the fault of the guys and also the fault of the lady. It's like in between, both ways though. So I have to say, in the aspect of the guys, it's all about self-control.
Sometimes it could be the opposite dressing, and sometimes it could be urge. When I say opposite dressing, if a lady dressed skimpily on the main road, not everybody can control themselves, and that trigger rape.
I think the issue of rape is a very sensitive issue and shouldn't be taken lightly. And I don't think the way a girl dresses or the way, you are dressed should, a guy should rape you because of that. I think it's more than that. I think it's a mental issue and shouldn't be taken lightly. I think the person that commits such an act has the fault, because if you are naked now, I can always take my eyes away, look away, remove my mind from it. But for you to feast your eye on a naked woman or the way a woman is dressed and you get aroused and you commit such heinous crime, I think the person has a mental issue.
Punishment, enforcement of the law to the letter. By that I mean enforcement of the law. If you commit a crime, you should face the consequences of a crime.
A massive punishment that is going to form a deterrence for it. If we said to castrate them, that might work. Believe me, that might work, because if it happens to someone very close to me, I would strongly advocate for that. But I think if you castrate them, which is a kind of a biological castration, if that might work, believe me, I'll strongly advocate for that. If that would work, I'll strongly advocate for that.
Yes, anyone that is found, that anyone that is called a rapist or anyone that do that, the wrath of the law should come on him heavily.
For rapists, I think, people always subscribe to capital punishment of castrations and the likes. For me, I think under the law, they can, probably be secluded from the rest of the society. Maybe, some jail terms, for them to be, corrected, as such. So I think for me, capital punishment, no. Incarceration, maybe yes. And probably send them to jail. I think I will go with probably they should go and serve some jail time with rigorous hard work to have their brain reset.
For me, we should just go for prison, like punishment, like any punishment that they can give.
Anybody caught raping supposed to be sentenced. I mean, the jail term is supposed to be long.
They should give them hard punishment, and in fact, something that punishment will really kill that spirit out of them.
I don't know if I'm in the place to give the right punishment, but imprisonment. I mean, it should be stronger than it is in Nigeria now, because it is not being taken seriously. Because I feel if there is something and everybody knows about that punishment, then it will be feared. I know there's 14 years imprisonment for this thing, or there's 7 years imprisonment, if anything at all. Because I just feel that everybody keeps quiet about their stories because they know the government won't do anything about it. Everybody starts shouting, why are you talking about it now? Why didn't you come out then? Is it now that rape is trending, you're talking about it? It should be a very serious punishment for rape.
I think the punishment should be left for the government, because I believe there is a law being passed into bill concerning the act of rape, violence against women, and same violence against men. So I believe the government should be in better position to give the proper measure for that.
The right punishment is just jail. Killing will not solve the issue. Castration, as some people have been saying, will not solve it. Because the more we put all this law into action, the more people comes up with different kind of things to indulge in what they want to do.
Wow, you've heard various views on this important issue. Many say the men should have self-control, while others say the females should dress appropriately. Well, let's hear what you think in our comment section. Remember to follow us on all our social media pages at ekohotblog. My name is Bola Adeboye. Bye for now.